Hi, Mikadas. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our talk show, the Strike Talkshow. I'm gonna have to, oh shit, I'm gonna have to workshop that a bit more. But welcome in. I am your host, Mika, your company man, VTuber with the in the clouds. Since we're always flying planes, we are not flying planes today. We're talking about them, and I'm joined here by my also plane flying dog fighter co-host.
Hi, I'm Jover VT. I'm the other dog. I fly by backseat planes, but I also sometimes fly tubes if I'm not dying and coughing all over the place for multiple weeks at a time, preventing me from streaming. And this over here, our guest, Sweet Chan.
Hello, I'm Eaaxon. I'm not squadron leader, and I'm a mod for a bunch of VTubers. And yeah, sadly, I'm not the real Suicide. Sadly.
I don't believe you. I think you're the real one.
If you think so, but I'm still not. I still don't have the voice.
I don't know. I can hear it, but whatever. It's okay.
Well, Eaaxon, before we pop into our news, do you want to tell us a bit about what you do?
I manage roughly 30 idiots into DCS missions. And also I moderate for some VTubers while I'm not doing anything or just watching streams. And usually, if there is someone live, I'm most likely just lurking around or maybe shitposting. Depends on my mood. But that is what I do, basically.
I hear you sometimes work for a certain pink cat VTuber, and I know that doesn't narrow it down since there's so many.
Yeah. I work for Night Assassin, Ace Windover, and also Jover VT.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's quite the collection of animals, honestly. A cat, a bird, and a dog.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready to get into this week's news stories?
Well, yeah, that's what we do, isn't it?
Nope.
No? Oh.
Sorry, we don't do that anymore.
Oh. Okay. They keep dropping cats onto you.
I know, that's how it goes.
Okay.
All right, today's first story, as always in the recent days, has been, or recent months, I guess now, has been DCS SATAC. Unless I'm misreading the schedule, I don't think any matches have happened other than the one that's currently ongoing since the last show we ran. So we have the 4-degree Stormo Kaki. I am slaughtering that name. I am so sorry. Versus ECM, ongoing on Airshow's channel. Yesterday was on YouTube. I didn't see any matches in the schedule, but I could be wrong. And yeah, ECM is up by 1. It's been a hectic fight so far because it is pretty much all IFR conditions, and there's been several crashes into mountains. Mountains are very dangerous to IFR.
Yeah, that's you're not supposed to combine plains and mountains. At least I don't think so.
Yeah. And
What about aircraft carriers and mountains?
Well, there's one shark that really likes doing that. Not sure why, but she does do that. Also, Mika, where are we?
What do you? We're
in the background.
We're on board that carrier in the mountain. I hope you all have your oxygen masks on.
Oh, okay.
This is actually the DCS super carrier ready room that's coming soon, TM.
Oh, that thing that they didn't make, but you still can pay for.
Yeah, that they've got a picture of that doesn't exist.
Ah,
it's in the file games. There's a picture of it in the file games, but it's not in game, obviously.
Yeah. So this is an ED picture of the ready room from the carrier.
Gotcha.
All right, and speaking of more DCS news, DCS tends to these days have the majority of our combat flight sim news. Heat Blur released the F4 Phantom Episode 2, another fantastic video showing off the F4 Phantom's flight models, flight limits, the oral tone AOA system, and a lot of beautiful shots of the aircraft as always. They also had a neat system of being able to enable a setting that limits the maximum force your pilot will exert on the controls to help prevent over controlling the stick. A common issue for newer pilots, I know I ran into this when I was flying tail dragger prop planes early on. You'd pull the stick too hard and things would not go well.
That sounds bad.
It's very bad. If you're lucky, you just end up in a spin.
Yeah, it depends on the altitude. Then
Altitude and flight envelope and whatnot.
yeah, imagine you pull that while being, I don't know, 4,000 feet above the terrain. You're just dead.
Yep.
Oh,
I actually got really good at spin recovery because of pulling the Mustang too hard, and it would always enter a spin.
that doesn't sound good. Spins sound bad.
Spins are fun.
And if you think about it, it's the aircraft equivalent of the meme "Think Fast, Chucklenauts."
Ah,
Yeah.
back when I used to fly, we never actually got into a spin because we couldn't put we never did spin training because the Cessnas we flew. Well, obviously I didn't make it all the way to being a CFI. Then I would have done spin training, but the Cessnas we flew, you couldn't put them into a spin even if you wanted to. Like the plane just couldn't do it.
Yeah, there's if you fly like IL-2 Stormovik Great Battles, which we do have some news. Oh no, I didn't put the news in for that.
Oh
well. But
okay.
there's
Next week.
yeah, maybe next week. But IL-2, there's certain planes where it's really hard to get them into a spin. Like you'll stall, the nose will drip, and you'll just be in a dive, and that's it. And once your speed's back up, you could just do whatever. But then there's other ones like the Mustang or the 109's early variants, where if you are uncoordinated and you pull the stick too hard, you just spin, and it's a nasty spin, and you have to be on that spin real quick.
That doesn't sound good. It's been bad.
But it's
Yeah.
been fun.
I mean, the first time is gonna be the scariest. Then again, it can be fun.
It's just like that in The Sims, where the first few times you're just like, oh god, what do I do? And you just die. And then eventually you're like, okay, spin, rudder opposite the rotation, and you'll get to a point where you're just like, oh, I'm gonna spin. Immediately you're recovering from it. Rudder opposite, stick neutral, engine power low.
I just Assassin brings a good point. With the F4, they just have a parachute, just like a Cirrus. Just pull the parachute, that'll solve everything.
Yeah, you just pull that funny handle between your legs to deploy it.
Yeah.
Also, that
Epic.
parachute tricks only works once on the Phantom.
Yeah, you only have to do it once.
Oh, Hex, the spin recovery button, it's likely similar to the F-16. So the F-16, it's very hard but possible to put it into a flat spin. And if you do, the standard flight control system will not allow you to get out of it. It has deflection limits. So you have to hold the override switch and then the pitch override switch and then pitch out of it. I've never managed in any sim I've played to get the F-16 into a flat spin, although I've heard it is actually possible.
Yeah, the parameters are like really tight for it. It's like really hard. And it's absolutely not doable on DCS as of now.
I've never tried in DCS. The other sim, people I've talked with people who have managed it, and I just look at them and I go, how do you even? I've flown this thing some fucky ways, and there's no way I've gotten it into a spin.
No, yeah, the FLCS is just too powerful.
It's a very good FLCS. I think the upgraded FLCS made it like actually even harder to get into a spin than before.
Yeah, because it is more restrictive, while also feeling the feeling like you have more control over it. Well, it's not true.
What?
No, I don't remember. It's all gone.
Okay.
Empty.
No thoughts, head empty. We'll move on to a map that is not very empty, and that is DCS Syria. It got an update from Ugra Media. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, as always. They've updated the map to both improve performance and appearance, and it is reported that the map will have increased frame rates compared to before. I have not had a chance to test this, and I'm not sure if it's updated now or upcoming.
It is. They added the free bases on Jordania, so it's way more doable. I mean, the performance is there, which has been the biggest struggle of Syria. But yeah, it's interesting that the map is still evolving, adding new content, and still finding ways to improve the performance.
I know a few of our friends, I think Sharklet, Sarge, and Hex, have been going out on a mission to find every single McDonald's and Burger King on the map, for the purpose of probably destroying them later. Oh yeah, and then Sharklet found an IKEA too.
Oh yeah. You need to land a grippin on the IKEA. Internal model name is IKEA. Ooh, that could get them in some trouble. Uh-oh.
It's internal name. They'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll be fine. I would
or
like
IKEA
to.
will embrace the.
I think. Well, if you have 400 meters, you can land a vegan.
I could land a Harrier on it.
That's true. You could do that, but that's not Swedish.
Yeah, it's not. But it's fucky and weird.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we have the updates to the rearming panel. So this is going to allow further fuse settings for munitions. I would like to thank ED for giving me the highest res image possible for this screen. But it should allow you to set laser codes in a unified way for each aircraft, so you can just do it through the rearming panel, hopefully, as well as messing around with certain types of fuses and different changes to your munitions.
Yeah, that they started with the World War II bombs, and now we're starting to expand to the modern ones finally, because I know JDAMs have some interesting fuses, which are also kind of complex, but they. I hope they managed to not mess that up, though.
There are a lot of interesting things you can do with JDAMs that typically we don't end up doing in any of the sims because nobody has simulated it. Because they have all sorts of controls, like you can set which heading the bomb comes at the target from, and you can also set what angle it's going to impact at, so you can very well set it up to fly through a hangar door. But most of the time, why would you bother in our sims? Because it's going to do the same thing either way.
Yeah, but I feel like people always mention the coding on the bomb, which is just a texture change, but everyone just kept that thought.
But everybody wants those fuzzy bombs.
Yeah, but it just turns green into white, and that's about it.
But it has a ribbed texture for pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Hmm. I thought Fuzzy, puts like, fuzzy stuff on the bombs, and now I'm a little disappointed, to be honest with you.
No, it's kind of like I think roughly the texture of like the no slip coating kind of stuff. It's just a coating on the bomb so that it detonates longer in a fire.
Yeah, just a thermal coating, just in case something goes wrong in the carrier. So they paint that thing on the for it, so it hopefully doesn't blow that fast.
And it's also interesting because these kinds of bombs, they if you put a fire under them, the explosives actually will melt before they explode. So if you have like a damaged bomb that's on fire, the explosives just leak out of it.
Yeah, but just to be sure, that's why they know that it won't never happen. Not since there was 2 incidents about it, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be sure.
Yeah, I think the coating was specifically because of an incident where somebody like put a huffer cart exhaust right up to a munition and that set it off. And rather than going, guys, please do not put huffer carts next to munitions, they're just like, yeah, people are gonna fuck this up, so bomb coatings.
Mm-hmm.
People will always fuck it up. In your line of work, you've learned that a lot. No, alright, I'm using it to mute real quick.
Well,
all right,
we're back to our
dying.
next story. So, Combat Pilot, they have not been posting too many new dev diaries, although they say they're going to post a new dev diary soon, TM. So I'm pulling these from their Twitter page. Combat Pilot showed off some mostly white box, but a couple textured models of carriers, and I really cannot wait for this. It's going to be a massive fustercluck when multiplayer carrier ops come in, because unlike modern super carriers, you can't land and take off planes at the same time without potential problems.
It's either going to take a lot of the discipline or just being a mess, which is also fun for both.
I can't wait. It's going to be such a shit show. It'll be fantastic. Also, welcome in, Cliff Off. How are you doing?
Oh, that's the dude who's the moth, right?
The moth who got banned from Twitter.
Oh. Okay, yeah, all right. The gears are turning now. Okay, all right.
Yep.
I'm building up the lore in my head. Okay, I'll start remembering people better soon. I kind of have to.
Hey,
yes.
Joe, if Cliff is a moth, that means he can fly, right? So then, does that make him eligible to be on this podcast or talk show?
I don't think we have any rules, but yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I didn't think we had standards, for sure.
We can always drop our standards.
Yeah, we never had any. Like, if somebody wasn't interested in aviation stuff, we just have to change the script up a little bit and call them in maybe after the news is over, unless they want to sit here through the entire news segment. But I think we can have pretty much anybody on.
Or we make them ask a whole bunch of questions during the news segment.
Yeah, just have them ask like questions about whatever might not be obvious to somebody besides us. It'd be a good way to learn things.
Didn't realize we have standards. We have.
Yeah, somebody get a clip of that, please.
Yeah, the standard we have is that it has to be at least tangentially related to real life aviation, flight sims, and whatnot.
Oh, for the news, maybe. I would guess. I think you just
for guests. For guests, that's my standard.
Okay. I was like, well, we can drag anybody through the door if enough effort.
If we want to drop our standards.
Yeah, or it'd be, or we're gonna be raising them to allow anybody that could be any kind of YouTuber. I don't know.
Let's be honest. If I don't know, fuck, who's a big? Yeah, if Eaaxon was like, "Hey, I want to be on your talk show," and I know nothing about aviation, we'd probably say yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are plenty of people that I know where I'd be like, "You want to come on here? All right, it doesn't matter. Your knowledge level is irrelevant. We're just happy to have you." There's
And if you're watching this and you want to come on, you can just ping us.
Yeah, just talk to Mika. Mika is the adult here between the two of us. So
why am I the adult?
Yeah, well, yeah, you're the adult. So he can.
That's for sure.
He's the one. He knows the schedules. He keeps me on task ish, and like make sure I don't fuck up too bad before the start of an episode.
I make sure Joe has his slides ready at least 15 minutes before we go live.
Yeah, exactly. He is the adult. He keeps me in check. I accept him as, house husband. And he, outside of that, is great. Even though both of us work. Don't ask any questions. This is just how it is. He's the glue that keeps it together. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to talk now.
Yeah.
So Phoenix Simulations comes out with a gigantic update, known as the the version 2 Block 2 update of their Airbus A320. Arguably, not just arguably, just straight up, the best airplane on the market out here right now is this. It's got new engines and the longest thing of release notes I have ever seen for an airplane. Let's get started. The launcher, they added a button that opens the logs. They added and adjusted default settings, minor UI tweaks, systems, rewrote idle descent pathing generation, rewrote idle descent calculation math, fixed random early application of descent speed limits, fixed wrong speed target being used in descent, fixed managed altitude modes not being available during engine out conditions, ripped out the cost index calculation method, which was wildly inaccurate, in place of all new data, and all new calculations for all phases, climb, cruise, and descent. Improved cost index calculation should now provide more accurate values during all phases of flight. Overhauled system that loads per livery configuration settings and determines which engine type is shown on displays. Fixed brakes, increasing temperature when GSX pushback. Rework the brake temperature model to accurately model heat generated by braking and the dissipation by both radiative and convective transfers, including a simulation difference in real disk temperatures versus indicated temperature. Brakes now have variance in disk mass. Adjusted cooling dynamics for brakes and gear up closed environment with zero wing configuration. Parking brake now affects how fast brakes cool down. Further improvements to VNAV. Updated METAR and TAF API. Fixed multiple crashes. Add a FATEC hot start handling for IAE engines. Fixed display of pseudo waypoints with discontinuities. Updated weather API for AOC weather. Fixed crashes caused by calculating CI values when cruise altitude value was no longer available. Reduced vertical deviation jumps caused by erroneous distance calculations. Pseudotopic climb and top descent should not appear in the flight plan beyond present position. Fixed terrain standby false positive bug. Fixed wiper sound playing quietly when wiper CB is pulled. Updated grid heading formula. Fix MCD parse error when the constraint context is increased ahead instead of value. Added common AOC interface. Fixed go around not initiated as thrust levers were moved below FLX. Fixed holding entry is recomputed and appears after finishing entry in some holdings. Rollback on toga calls from TLA toga level to edge. Fixed VNAV does not match fixes to correct legs, causing distance maps to be wrong. Fixed. Change CDU brightness for heat sensitivity. Fixed crash of cockpit setup at XML. It's not in an expected location. FWC no longer remains in takeoff mode during single engine flight. Fixed LNAV calculation bug on FDLX. Fixed default transponder code not matching the code shown on the TCAS panel. Fixed transponder not syncing when set externally. Fixed climb speed limit when in a SID with more restrictive speed. Fixed descent speed limit not accepting input. Fixed terrain standby showing in GPS primary. Fixed ditto symbol display on flight plan page. Fixed top of climb, top of descent overlap on short routes. Fixed ICAO validation on AOC weather page. Fixed transponder codes below 0100 not working. Fixed bootstrapper not loading. If it encountered unexpected data in aircraft at CFG. Fixed auto throttle Mach hold. Fixed brake temps indicating below 0 degrees. Fixed brake temps not showing XX above 999 degrees. Fixed brake 2 using brake 1's indicated temperature. They're now independent. Fixed energy be added to the brakes when in slew. Fixed multiple fixes to improve reliability of EFB assets loading. Fixed cost index speed issue when in pounds. The issue caused early speed reductions during descent. Added DC to U cockpit setup item. Added further failures, bird strikes, engine fires, hang starts. Added new configuration items for version 2 block 2 art. Added support for latitude, longitude waypoints and waypoints in flight plan uplinks. Added FTU fire output signal for CL1 and CL2 lights to check both loops. Fixed formatting and precision and fuel prediction page. Fixed missing space in unentered ZFW center of gravity, zero fueling center of gravity. Fixed reversal in some ECAM procedures for GWPS flat mode switch. Added SPF typo in an ECAM message. Added engine surge failures. Cargo door go boing. Fixed several ECAM messages for formatting and input sensing. Fixed pitot icing. Apologies, not pilot icing. Completed cargo door hydraulic simulation. Fixed ground speed showing on localizer only approaches. Sorry, glide slope showing on localizer only approaches. Fixed VNAV descent constraint filtering. Optimized speed target detection. Fixed errors relating to true airspeed indicated airspeed conversion overriding tropopause. Corrected PFD side stick deflection activation. Display sync on by default. Added LVARs for engine type and cargo meet. Fixed EFB aircraft settings not saving. Fixed error and calibrated airspeed calculation. Fixed IE startup FADEC bug when on high outside air temperature. Fixed cargo door mechanical uplock. Fixed landing gear and panel unlink light logic. Fixed pack values not reopening after engine start. Fixed IAE N1 FADEC reporting threshold. Made IAE engines read continuous ignition state from EEC. Fixed idle detection for high idle demand. Added SDS. Fixed engine shutdown procedure not triggering after an engine failure. Added LVARs for various hardware readouts. Added IAE ignition faults. Various changes to support V2, such as ART. Updated code, signing certificates. Optimized LVAR settings. Fixed cargo isolation valve faults, not closing cargo isolation valves. Fixed IR lights not working. Allow registration panels to be hidden. Added tuned newer VNAV idle descent data recorded. Added CVR fault ECAM. Added new internal input event system. Added proper switch to reverse in-engine model. Fixed the elusive issue where a plane gets yeeted into the ground at Mach 10 million. Fixed route showing below TA only box. Fixed DDRMI position numbers and test. Fixed alignment of 24 character ECAM lines. Fixed SD condition not being shown when zone controller fails. Fixed numbering on SD wheel page. Fixed display of ND Mach constraints. Fixed yellow line on PFD when IRSs are off. Tuned deceleration instances of VNAV pathing algorithm. Added ability to disable knob acceleration. Adjusted flap axis calibration. Adjusted throttle correct calibration. Adjusted throttle axis. Fixed some ECAM typos. Fixed strobe lights not activating when set on MSFS control binding. Added GSX integration. Added ability for multiple armed failure conditions to be chained. Added fuel crossfeed ECAM in-op system item. Fixed issue where system stars were not filtered based off runway selection. Fixed standby angle of attack shown as
Joe, you wanna wrap it up?
Oh, we're not even a quarter of the way through.
Oh God, please no.
Okay, well, we'll stop here. If you want to go read for yourself, check out their release notes. Basically remade the entire fucking airplane. Congratulations, Phoenix Simulation.
Oh God,
Also,
I was hoping that would
congratulations,
wrap up.
For someone who is not awake, god damn, you did read that thing like a champ.
Yeah, we were going and going. I'm not kidding. That wasn't even a quarter. I think it was about 1/8 of the notes.
Yeah, but calling it a block 2 is an understatement. They reworked the whole thing.
Yeah,
like it's brand new.
Even call it a block 2. Yeah, I would just call it a whole new airplane at this point. They basically I mean, they said it themselves. They've recoded all of the systems all over again. And of course, instead of just saying the whole system's been rebuilt in the notes, they just decide, I'm gonna just list every single thing we did individually. There's some pretty silly people over there, and they're great guys. I would love to have them on the show someday. But
we can send them an email and see what happens.
they probably accept. Honestly, they're pretty cool dudes. And he built A320 Neo scheduled for March 26th release with Sim Update 15. This is pretty. It's not a lot out really about it. It's Microsoft contracted AIM Builds to redo their A320 Neo in the simulator to a new higher standard, and it'll appear as a second airplane compared to the default one. But also there's the fly-by-wire A320 Neo, which is a step up from this allegedly. So now there's going to be 3 plus the Phoenix A320 and the Latin VFR A321 and A320 Neo and A319. And we got a little oversaturation, I think, in the market when it comes to the Airbus A320 series, but that's okay. Not much else really to say about this until it comes out. It's going to come out with the new sim update, which I think is March 26th, I want to say. But Indie Build's good. They make nice stuff. Please give us an A330 MRTT for DCS. Indie Builds, I beg.
Well,
Yeah, thank you.
What?
Tanker.
Oh.
I mean,
Tanker that can also carry cargo.
Yeah, the M
Can it
is
carry
for
weapons?
multiple. No.
Well, on pallets.
Yeah.
Can I drop
It can deliver
bombs out
weapons.
the cargo door of it?
Unfortunately not. That would rip off the cargo door in flight and cause a rapid decompression, and that'd be bad.
It can't open the cargo door in flight?
No, because the cargo door's on the side. It's an airliner that's converted to a tanker.
Lame.
Well, the KC-135 isn't lame, is it?
Yes. The
Oh.
KC-10 extender is the superior aircraft since it has
Oh.
both directional and distance TACAN.
And just like any other DC-10, it can just kill you, just straight up.
Yeah, that
Without
makes
hesitation.
refueling more exciting.
So, next up, sorry DCS bros, you don't get your tornado yet. Idiot Foxtrot Echo has provided a development update on the tornado for Microsoft Flight Simulator because they get it first, and it's expected to release around March 13th. Development is underway. It's really close to release. It'll probably be pretty cool because it's a tornado and you can fly it in like a setting that's super well done and anywhere in the world and go low level really fast. You know, and I don't know if it'll have multi-crew stuff or not, but it looks cool. And that's what matters. And then, yeah.
More fly-by-wire?
Yeah, Flyby Simulations. I forgot to put this in last week because apparently it came out after I was done doing my notes. But they have released a new teaser picture of their upcoming A380 cockpit, and it looks a lot further along than I would have expected. So perhaps it's close. One can hope and dream. The best part about the fly-by-wire A380, whatever it does come out, it's free. It's literally free. You could just have it. $3.99. You could just have it. It's open source and free. You can just have it. There's nothing stopping you. Just go pick it up. Grab it. It's free. It's a free airplane. It's like when DCS gives you a free airplane, it's a shit heap like the Su-25. Not that the plane's development is bad, just that the SU-25 is a shit heap. But this, you get a full Airbus A320, Western avionics, Western design. It doesn't just crash out of nowhere. It doesn't get shot down by Ukrainian SAMs. It's perfect. And it's free.
Free?
What a deal.
Suisse, yeah, literally. Suisse, you're French. Like, it's tell them about the Airbus A380.
Great machine. Great machine.
Yeah. It is a plane. And it's free.
Yeah. It is the plane of all times. For
Yeah,
France.
it's big. It's gigantic. You can eat Cessnas.
It looks like a 737 to me.
We'll talk about it later, husband. We'll talk about this at dinner. It's don't worry. Might be
I
time for
heard
some glasses.
the opposite. I heard
Yeah.
the opposite, but for the a few episodes ago.
Yeah, it's we might need to get you some new prescription lenses for those goggles, Mika. But
Yeah,
it's don't worry, we'll get it taken care of.
I'll take a closer look.
Yeah.
All right. Then the last news story I have for today, this is going to be a two-parter, I guess, because I read something like right before the show. But NASA released an image of the moon covering where the Intuitive Machines Odysseus lander landed. It's barely visible, but there's a white arrow there pointing towards a little tiny thing casting a shadow on the moon. That is the lander sitting on its side. They, again, pulled a KSP, landed on their side. Pretty typical. And it's not entirely unexpected because on the moon, your acceptable sideways velocity before you tip over is much lower than on the Earth. Because a 1/6 gravity is funky like that.
Yeah. Did they get the Kraken? Did they start contorting their Kerbals?
No, there were no Kerbals on board this.
Oh.
That we know of.
Yeah, that we know of.
Wait.
There is apparently a painting, like an art piece of the moon that is on the panel that it landed on. So that painting is now touched the moon.
Well, that's pretty good for the painting.
Yeah,
Unless that unless that broke the painting, then that would be rather unfortunate.
that painting's now going to be worth trillions of dollars.
Yeah, whenever they send somebody to go pick it up. Assuming it's
Yeah.
not completely faded to nothing by then. Oh, that's a good idea for a scam. You tell somebody a painting was on the moon, but it's actually just a blank canvas. You just tell them that it faded from all the sun.
Yes. Like that one painting from Archer that's blank white.
Yeah. There we go. We could do that to fund like our further VTuber careers.
Here's the painting by Mika. The blank white sheet. Here you go.
Yeah. It went to the moon. That's why it's blank. Therefore, it's worth billions of dollars.
It virtually went to the moon. So it's worth
Yeah.
millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm. And then if we mint it as an NFT and decide to be evil,
Oh,
some
God.
idiot will actually buy it.
Oh no!
And then we can laugh at them for buying one. But we can laugh at them for buying one because it was a scam the whole time. Just like the entire idea of NFTs being a scam.
A scam
'Cause
the
they
whole
are.
time? You mean like my channel?
Oh, I wouldn't call this a scam. You know, you are here. You are a dog. You know, you got goggles. Like, you're not advertising anything that's not here. Like, everything, all of your tags, like, apply to you, at least to an extent.
I got called on the educational one that I forgot to remove after one of these streams.
We're educating people today.
Yeah. And I
would
haven't put
call
the
it
tag back
educational.
on.
I'd say it's educational. Your content's educational.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the other part of this story is about the was it the NASA Slim lander, or not the NASA, the
Oh.
JAXA Slim lander. So the other one that landed upside down on the moon. I had a nickel for every time somebody landed on the moon and fell over this year, I'd have 2 nickels, which is weird. It happened twice. But the Slim Lander is due to the positioning of the moon. It is falling into lunar night, so it will be unable to contact. And for a lot of space vehicles, this is a dangerous situation to be in, because typically they need power to heat their systems to keep their systems running.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
What's this, Mitch?
Yeah. Oh, you know who's not in our news this week? Congratulations, Boeing.
What does
You
Boeing
didn't
do?
have a fuck up this week.
Oh,
No, they didn't screw
yeah.
up this week.
You think?
This time there was a train crash instead. So good for them for pushing it off onto a different industry for like idiot of the week. We don't have any images or anything or a slide, but pro tip: if you want to operate trains, don't crash them into a river. That's suboptimal. I don't
Or
think
into
trains
each
belong
other.
there. Or into each other. Or in this case, into each other into a river.
What happened this time?
So Norfolk Southern, Eaaxon is a company that's known for just crashing trains. Famously, I think last year or the year before, they crashed a train so hard it just did a toxic waste and gas release, specifically vinyl chloride, into a town
I
in
remember that.
Ohio.
Yeah,
This
I remember.
time, they decided to skip that process to start the pollution by just dumping the train straight into a river.
I find it amazing that trains can only go in 2 directions, and yet we still manage to smack them into each other.
Yeah.
Like, you know exactly where it's going. How is this so hard?
It's literally on rails. Just put it. You just keep them on the rails. That's all you have to do. You can only go forwards and backwards. And sure, night speeds can change, but just slow down. When you have to slow down, like it's just keep the train on the rail. Or the bridge, just the bridge, the bare minimum. Keep it on the bridge. Don't just dump the train into a river.
Wait, I thought we were talking about overland trains, not rail trains.
Oh yeah. Hold on. You know what? We'll dump the image in here.
Oh no.
Oops.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not supposed to look like that.
It could have been worse, to be honest.
It
Like
could
fully
have been
merged.
Yeah, it could have been worse. Like, just don't do that. You know,
Why
if
is
we can
that
fly an
image not
airplane in
centered?
3 dimensions, surely a train could just move in 1 dimension. And yeah, that's true. If the tracks are fucked up, the train will jump off. But like, just like,
Yeah, we can see.
Just don't do
there is
that.
a track.
The other issue in the US is primarily that there is not an allowance for there to be like speed monitoring and GPS monitoring of positions of trains. And a lot of other countries have these basic safety features and don't have train head-on collisions, but the US continues to have train head-on collisions.
oh, we also are very stupid and like to do it'll save us money if we don't do this track maintenance. Let's not do it.
Yeah,
Surely
that
nothing
too.
bad will happen. Norfolk Southern, also very well known for that. Noticing a theme here. I actually almost ended up working for them. I was offered a full ride through college in exchange for working for them in their offices for 10 years. Thankfully, I didn't do that.
All right, you ready to move on and ask our guests some questions?
That's a great idea. Can I take the highlighted ones?
Sure. They're not exactly highlighted quite right, but that's fine.
That's okay. Actually, they look fine. What is it like operating a DCS squadron as a HoloLive talent?
Um, uh, Confusing because I'm supposed to only be speaking Japanese, and everyone speaks English. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Ego no good.
What is it like trying to balance that schedule though?
Yeah, a good thing it's all virtual, so I can still do my idle job in the meanwhile.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a good point because you don't have to like commute or anything. You can just, you can just like virtually manifest in the HoloLive recording studios, and then of course you just manifest in multiple squadrons. I think actually,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I use the big cover studio for that.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting. Thank you very much for that insight. I appreciate it.
So
I think
with this, I have to ask. So you have to speak Japanese, but you're from France, and then you have to speak English.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds complicated.
That sounds really complicated. It's like, it's a big story. That would be too long to understand. Probably longer than the Phoenix patch note.
Yeah. Wow, that's really
Yeah.
long. Yeah, you can speak many languages. Allegedly, I mean, literally from your career at HoloLive, sing, stream, do other stuff in 3 dimensions. That's
Mhm.
and be an expert at building DCS missions and squadron management. You literally
Yeah.
do it all. I mean, you can manage us like as like a group of 30 people and somehow get it done every week. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot
that's what
imagine managing
that
a
is
room
what
that
Go ahead.
I can't even imagine trying to manage a group of people such as myself, Mika, Sharklet, Knight, and more, all at once without like losing your mind.
Well, it's easy. The mind is already lost, so there is no issue anymore about it.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
But yeah, it is all easy. You just need to sacrifice sleep for other stuff. That is all.
Oh, yeah,
And-
I do that sometimes too.
Yeah, and speaking of sacrificing your sleep for other stuff, Nuts Satak, when?
Oof. We are going to need a training phase for that. Some hard work, I guess, and one day probably. If there is a motivation for it, but for now, I don't see it.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
no. Soon, hopefully. Maybe next year.
And never say never.
That'd be pretty cool. Oh, pink cat detected. He's now paying attention.
Mhm.
He's in, yeah.
I mean,
we
we-
get clapped, but sure, it'd be fun.
Some rounds can be winnable with the amount of cheese we can see also on Saytag. I mean, it's like today we've just seen after the Italian team just take off from the taxiway.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm surprised it took people that long to actually take off from the taxiway.
Mhm.
Yeah, literally save 10 seconds worth of fuel.
Yeah. I mean,
No,
10 seconds
yeah.
worth of fuel is, a decent amount, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they all reached at the same time the area of operation. So there's multiple advantage for that, and I'm pretty sure the local might be closed someday.
Try to bring A9X. No.
The mission always set up. There is no restrictions. It's all on the participants to not bring the 9X because
So if
they risk to be disqualified for it. But
Yeah,
it's
I was
not
gonna say,
restricted.
I was gonna ask
Oh,
what happened.
jeez.
Because I was wondering if it like will just explode you if you fire an A9X or if you just get DQ'd after.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So never say never. We'll probably see nuts one day. Who knows?
Right. And this is another high. Oh,
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Mika don't. Mika go.
No.
Oh. Can we get a Nutsop recreating the canyon run mission from Area 88?
Possibly. Then again, we need to find the terrain, I guess.
Do
Because
we even
I think,
have canyons?
we have canyons on Caucasus. There is just a few, but it's gonna be green. That's the issue. For it to be desert, serious flat. The only real one will be Nevada. But who owns Nevada? First of all.
Yeah,
And
I don't know if Nevada has.
holy moly.
Has a Grand Canyon.
And holy moly, it misses some polygons.
Yeah, yeah. So does Nevada actually have the Grand Canyon or not? Because I didn't think it goes all the way to Arizona.
No, I think it stops at the lake east of Las Vegas, I think.
Oh,
I got the map.
Lake Mead, then yeah, no, it definitely doesn't have the Grand Canyon.
No, yeah, that's Lake Mead. The end point.
Yeah, actually,
The rest is
during
just
the
flat.
last Jober VT stream, we went straight over that lake. Over 2 weeks ago, because Jober dead. But yeah. All right. If you
Next
can find
up.
one.
Oh, yeah. If we could find a canyon.
Mika's
Next up,
turn.
I have to ask, is that seating position really comfortable there?
I have scoliosis. That's why.
Oh,
Oh, all right.
I'm
that
sorry
works
for
then.
asking.
Yeah. Well, you do a great job hiding it on stream, especially in the 3D stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Oh, that one's not highlighted. That one's
Yeah, that's
also
what
Mika.
That's what I said about the highlighting not being quite right.
Yeah, I see it now.
All right. How did you get started in flight sims? / what was your favorite, or what was your first flight sim?
Ooh, my first was Combat Flight Simulator 2. And I remember distinctly, well, I mean, Combat Flight Simulator 2 was only for the Pacific. And I still remember the campaign, which was like a comics. It was done like a comics, and it was pretty good. I didn't understand shit because I was a kid, but yeah, that's how I started. Then I just gave up on flight sims until probably I reached 16 because I've studied for that in IT. And and then DCS, all that stuff, and here we are now. But yeah, as for my favorite, I'm gonna say DCS because that's the most time I passed on it. But also I really like Falcon BMS. I liked Falcon BMS a few years ago when DCS was still like a buggy mess with 3 weeks patch cycles. But yeah.
Yeah, when's it not one sometimes though?
But at this point, I think no. Can we invite Eaaxon? But yeah, anything that has the Falcon, I like it.
Based
I'm
Falcon
just a
enjoyer.
Always.
I have to ask on top of that, since you mentioned you like the Falcon, how do you deal with Knight making fun of your Falcon all the time?
I don't care. I just prove that it's the superior platform. I don't need to to talk. I just let the aircraft show it. It's that easy.
We should have gotten you and Knight in here to do a 1v1.
Oh yeah, well, you could, but it's already been done.
Knight. I take it you beat him one-on-one using the Viper versus his F-18?
I mean, it's been a while since we with the Falcon. I mean, because with the Mirage, I like to bring out the Mirage against Knight because it gets quite confused. But yeah, with the Falcon, I think it was maybe when he started DCS, so it wasn't really a fair fight, to be honest. But yeah.
Well, if Knight's piloting skills are anything to go by, he hasn't improved much.
Yeah, probably. That's the fuck it we ball mantra that keeps winning on him.
Joe,
Yes. It is now. Why did you become a server runner?
Why? Well, server runner. I don't think that's the right thing because I mean I basically don't own the server to be honest. But yeah, I just because it needed. We had a need for a DCS missions for a tiny group, and then it grew. But yeah, it was out of need. I didn't see myself becoming a server manager or a mission maker, but I just filled the shoes that needed to be filled. That is pretty much all. But yeah, the server itself, I don't have it because I mean, as far as you can see on the server browser, it's in Dubai, which I'm not in Dubai at this moment. But yeah.
all right. And what goals do you have related to nuts particularly?
Two nuts. Keep it as fun as always. That's that. I mean, it started so we can have fun, fly as a group and have fun and practice and fuck around. So that's still the main point. I kind of don't care where people are at in the as their understanding of their aircraft. I just want them to have fun, and that's what we are keeping at. And yeah, it's just that we are basically flirting with Cold War stuff, a few more mission styles or editing styles with myself and Eaaxon. So yeah, the main goal is still there. It's just that we are adding a bit of flavor to it. That is all. And with me, I just yell. Well, I mean, I just want to have fun with my friends. That's all.
Ah, well, that's always a good motivation. That's always mine. You've already been mentioned like twice during this episode. What are you talking about? Oh, whatever. What is your favorite airplane?
That's gonna be an easy one. I'll go by eras. For World War II, I'll probably choose the Repu, the A7M, what was supposed to replace the Japanese Zero, which is a way bigger aircraft with kind of the same flight characteristics. And I'm truly fascinated by how the Japanese achieved the same performance as Zero in a bigger aircraft. So yeah, big fan. Also, I like that green on the Japanese aircrafts from World War II. Cold War, the Super Sabre. I truly think it was still a great aircraft, even with the problems and the weird carrier it had. And then for modern, the F-16 Fighting Falcon. I mean, I love that plane. Apart from the suicide jokes, I grew up in Portugal, which have Fighting Falcons, and I still remember them flying overhead. And yeah, it was. If I had one aircraft, just to play one aircraft, it would be the Falcon, surely.
Based Falcon fan.
They are nifty.
Cross over to the Falcon side, Joe. We have cookies.
Only got one seat.
Oh,
Yeah, you get all the cookies with one seat.
Yep.
I can't. Well, I can eat peanut butter ones, but can't eat chocolate ones, so I'll kind of die. And that would be bad.
But the chocolate is so delicious.
But it literally kills us, or we vomit all over the place, and that's not fun either. It's not worth.
Fine.
It's not worth it.
It's so worth it. And speaking of things that are not worth it, what are your least favorite planes?
Oof. I'll go again by era, I think. By World War II, the fucking Wolf 190. I think.
Ooh.
Well, it looks good. It looks good. The visibility on that thing is dog shit. I think it is truly a terrible design. It is a terrible design that I don't know how it got past the design point.
Desperation.
Desperation, yeah. That glass trick with the in front is such a mess. Oh my god, I don't know. I don't know what happened in the designer's mind to just do that stuff, but it is such a terrible mistake because visibility is everything in an aircraft. And for Cold War, MiG-19, I think it's hideous. Ew. The big schnoz on top of the intake, the twin rear engines that stick out weirdly. It's the MiG-15 that went too far. And for modern, I still have a lot, but I think the worst of them all is the Su-34. I hate that thing. It looks hideous. It flies hideous, and recently it has been proved that it's capable of nothing. But anything that is modern Russian is like, no, thank you. But yeah, also special mention to the A7, which is ugly, but oh my god, such a good aircraft. So it's kind of in the middle. It's mixed feelings.
A7, the Slough. I love the thing. I can't wait to get my hands on it.
Oh, same. But it's so ugly.
It's so ugly. It goes around the ugly scale back to cute.
Yeah, I like. Oh, I like for the 34 you can bring a friend, and they don't have to sit in front of you. They sit next to you.
Oh, fancy.
You can pass snacks together. You don't have to throw them over an ejection seat. I think it's actually got a cup holder somewhere in there.
Yeah, no, it has a toilet and a microwave, which is kind of a. How do you do a fighter aircraft with that in the back? I don't know.
Well, it's like you know, it's like an F-111. It's not supposed to be out here getting in dogfights and shit. It's a bomb truck.
It has the same capacity as a Super Hornet, but what do they think? They're gonna stay in the air for like the 10 hours? No, they're gonna just dump their thing and go back. There is no point of having a toilet and a microwave on the back.
Or like, if we have like a long mission like we did yesterday, like I could like go make a burrito in the back. I could like, you know, I could do all kinds of stuff. I could heat up leftovers.
Probably. I don't know. Maybe they thought like, well, we're going to deploy those from Siberia and we need them from the front line west. You know, so they need to fly that long route.
That's probably what it was for, like, honestly, for like really long ferry flights to like Vladivostok or whatever.
No, it's actually because their ground equipment is so terrible, the pilots are expected to sleep on board and use the onboard toilet because they don't have toilets in Russia.
Oh, okay. And actually, Hex gives a good point. If they're getting spiked, you can turn on the microwave as a jammer.
You just put a fork inside.
If you need to ditch the airplane and destroy it after you eject, put a fork inside put a few forks in the microwave to start up a fire.
Sabotage.
I would like to have it in in DCS. I think it would be cool to have. It's unfortunately they're all getting blown up, so we can't.
Yeah.
We won't have any reference material left in like a year. Actually, probably like 3 weeks at this rate.
Wishful thinking.
I Can somebody
Also-
steal one and like bring it to the West, please?
Also, recently, I've seen only the probe comes out, so when you're refueling the thing, you cannot see it because
Yeah.
it's like the probe is like smashed against the cockpit.
I would,
Oh, boy.
I would love to. I would love to have that kind of ship box so much in DCS. Give me an English cockpit of that, and I would be so happy. Like, I like that it looks like a duck. Like, I think that's something that's pretty cool to me.
I don't think it's a shit box. I think it's bad design. That is all. It's brand new. It's like it's like those modern US keys where you can start with some
It's a
wires and
USB,
some
yeah.
TikTok tutorial.
Not even that. You just stick a USB key in the thing, and it just
Yeah.
goes. Thankfully, mine's a push button start Hyundai, or else I'd be in some deep shit. But or I wouldn't be able to insure my car if it wasn't a push button start. They just refuse insurance now on those.
No, the chip on the immobilizer. That's what.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. In Europe, we don't have that issue because all vehicles have an immobilizer unless you put the key. You have the key.
You guys also get the cool cars too, and we don't get those.
Yeah.
We wish we got them.
I got a car that you don't get.
Yeah, I
Which is
have
cool.
a Hyundai i30 myself, and I love it. Well, no, not anymore. After it started breaking down, before the warranty's even up. But the my favorite, I would like to get a Ford Ranger plug-in hybrid that they're selling in every market besides the United States.
Mm-hmm.
They don't sell it here. So, in their infinite genius at Ford, they decide the only competition that they will have. They actually decided to just not compete at all in the U.S. market on this. So the only hybrid truck you can buy that's in that like mid-size class is a Toyota Tacoma. They're just going to completely cede the market to Toyota. And don't get me wrong, I like my Toyotas. I think they're very nice. But let me have the PHEV. That's perfect. I usually commute less than 5 miles a day. I could get there on the electric battery alone, pay nothing for gas, and then still have a gas engine for if I need to tow something, or if I need to pick something up, or if I need to go out of town for a while. Drives me nuts.
Ford has been awful with their not F-150 pickups for a couple reasons, because they've had the record of they've held the record of best-selling pickup truck in the U.S. for a long time, and they held off on bringing back the Ranger or anything smaller than an F-150 because
The Maverick.
they didn't want to compete with. They didn't want to take away F-150 sales, but eventually they did, and yeah, they're making it really uncompetitive. When I bought my Ranger, because I have a 2019 Ranger, at the time I bought mine, I could have gotten an F-150 for cheaper.
Yeah. They did the
Because
same
they
fucking
released
thing in
it and then
Colorado.
immediately were like, "Here, fuck you, buy an F-150. It's cheaper."
And at least Toyota and Honda are like based enough to just offer the mid-sized truck at a decent price point. Like it makes me want to tear my hair out sometimes trying to. It's like they make the Ford Maverick, except that only tows 2,000 pounds, and I need way more than that because
And and it's
race
just like an escape. It's not even really a truck platform.
yeah, and it's got good gas mileage until you do anything truck related with it.
Good gas mileage. It gets about the same gas mileage as the Ranger.
The hybrid does. At
Oh,
least
the
it's good.
hybrid, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, just give me the plug-in hybrid. You make it already. You sell it everywhere else. It's legal for U.S. sales. Just ship the damn thing over here. You're already building it. It's just put it on the fucking boat. You already put all the other Rangers on a boat.
It actually isn't quite that simple, but because there are differences between the U.S. and the EU/Australian F-150, or no, not F-150, Ranger. Because the U.S. Ranger has a fully boxed frame. They actually modified the frame, so they're building brand new frames. They're not using the exact same tooling. and then it has to meet US rollover requirements, which are way heftier than anywhere else.
And they
So
still roll
it has
anyway.
to have a bigger roll cage or a much sturdier roll cage. So that complicates some of the bringing things over.
Gotcha. Well, they
But-
still have engineers that can
But
do this.
because they already have all of those solved, just put the fucking drivetrain in it. It should
Yeah.
fit. It shouldn't be a problem. It's
just
pretty
fit.
modular.
It's like,
Yeah.
we're just not going to compete with Toyota. Let them have the entire market. And, let's say 2027, you're going to see Honda come bring a Ridgeline hybrid out here. Oh, okay, the Japanese companies now have it entirely. And then they're going to go whine to the US government. The Japanese companies are outselling them on mid-sized trucks because the hybrids are going to be way more fuel efficient and tow more and be bigger and more powerful and all that. And then they're going to go whine to Congress and try to, make some stupid new restriction on them. Because that's what Ford will do, just like GM does, just like Chrysler does, because we live in a society.
But one of the other blockers that I know of as a big problem for US companies making more hybrids is batteries. They can't get enough of the batteries. Like there's been a lot of times where Ford is like, we just don't have the batteries to build these. We want to build these. We want to sell these. But we can't get the batteries for it.
Make more.
There's nobody making them.
Whip up that child labor for more cobalt. Let's go.
Yeah, the
If
the
only.
problem is that Tesla is able to just meet whatever demand they want because they build their own batteries, but most of the other OEMs have been lagging on that, and they have to get suppliers to make batteries.
Yeah, I just do the thing. Oh, you know what? Speaking of manual transmissions, you know who's the only company still building trucks with manual transmissions in the U.S.? Guess who it is? Toyota. Because they're cool like that.
Unless they changed it in the recent revamp, the Ford Ranger has a manual transmission mode, or a manual
Last I
transmission
looked.
that you can get.
Last I looked, you still can't get the a regular manual, like a 6 on the floor.
It's a 5-speed manual, I think, that they've got.
Oh, I think they had it. I think they got rid of it now because they didn't sell well. I can take a look real quick.
So no one wants manual transmissions.
Well, I mean, if I didn't live somewhere where I would be in traffic 24/7, I would go for it. But it's just, yeah.
And the other problem is that the manual transmissions don't score well for EPA ratings.
Yeah, they
for
used
sure.
to be more efficient than.
Yeah, no, those days are long gone. Ooh, automatics and sequential are way more efficient.
Yeah, like a modern 5-speed automatic versus a manual 5-speed with a good driver, they'll be about equal, or the manual will win a bit. But what it comes down to is you can shove 10 gears into an automatic and run it reliably every time.
Manual
so the
transmission
efficiency gets there.
They got rid of the manual transmission on the Ranger. It's gone now.
I mean, it was bound to happen anyways.
Yeah,
I'm with the Ranger. I'm also upset because they brought over 2 engines for it actually when they initially brought it over in 2019. They brought in the, I think, 5-cylinder diesel.
yeah, they stopped selling the diesel too.
They made like 5 of them and then stopped selling them.
Dude, at least Chevrolet kept it for a few years in the Colorado. Like, that was cool. I just looked on Ford's website, Joe, and they just straight up didn't have it as an option for the manual. Maybe it's on the Raptor one, but not on the regular normie models. Or rather, people who don't want to spend like 80 grand on a Ranger model.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like, I wish people would just make the things I wish to use. I don't know. I'll wait and see what Honda does. They always are cool like that. I spoke to one of their executives at Petit Le Mans last year in Atlanta, and he's like, "Well, you're young. If we could buy any product for you, could make any product, you would just straight up buy it off the right out there." what would it be, and I gave him two answers. One of them was to just bring back the S2000, and the other one was make a hybrid ridge line that could beat the Tacoma on fuel economy, and if a giant power inverter in the back, and I will drive that for the rest of my life. So maybe they'll do that. That'd be kind of cool. Oh yeah, this is the place to embrace yourself.
Yeah. Welcome back to the truck show. The
why every OEM is bad.
I don't know.
And I hate them.
I don't know what to rename this.
They should just make us in charge of the automotive industry, and everything would be fixed.
There's too much stuff that you'd have to unfuck for that. No way.
Well,
not my job. I don't get paid enough for that.
It'll be somebody like you who has knowledge of what they're doing wrong and what the smart solution is. You would be able to solve that, Mika.
It wouldn't work because at the end of the day, what we have is primarily dictated by what customers want, and what customers want is really fucking dumb.
All right. Well, who else are they gonna? Wait, hold on. If we like took over the entire car industry, who else are they gonna buy cars from? They would have to pick the things that we offer. We could like gaslight them. Yeah, we can gaslight them into like what we want, but just not offering what they want at all. We got enough sleazy salesmen to do that in the automotive industry. I think this can be done. I think we got an idea. We got an idea here. I think, Mika, we got something. We just got to do like a hostile takeover of like one big automotive giant and then just fix it. No more crossovers. Crossovers dead. Gone.
Hey, I got a pretty good candidate for you, Mitsubishi.
Oh yeah, we can start there.
Yeah, fix up Mitsubishi.
Yeah,
I know.
Get killed by Japanese business people and
Yeah,
Yakuza putting it on us.
I know you cannot flee by being inside a musical case.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. Mika, let's take. I mean, what? What do you think they charge for Mitsubishi as a whole? $5 in a pack of Skittles? Like, I don't think anybody wants that anymore. I think we can get it.
Oh boy. Do you want to resume being a flight sim talk show?
Mitsubishi. All right. Let's send Katsuya Nakanishi a email. Tell him $5. Take it or leave it for Mitsubishi. That's our final offer. $5. Maybe if you realize you accept on the first try, we will put a pack of Skittles in there. I think it's probably the most they could get for it. No? Okay.
Anyways, the Eaaxon, what's your favorite era of flight?
Flight.
Wait, we just skipped the whole question.
Oh.
No.
Yes.
We asked him what his least favorite airplane was.
We did?
Yeah. The Su-34 was the modern one.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Brain's coming back now.
Yeah, coming back.
Yum. We get some Japanese in chat.
Yeah, my favorite era, late 90s, pretty much. Because too modern, it's like, there is not a lot of values that we know. But late 90s, it's at the good point where it's modern, and we still have stuff that is unclassified in it, so it's pretty good. But yeah, but the thing is that we miss so much content for it on any sims, I guess. And yeah, but that still is late 90s, like oh my god, just lost my words. The Kosovo era of the EU, where the NATO was just in it, that kind of era.
Yes.
Joe, you asked the next one.
Yes. What are your favorite kind of scenarios in flights? We switched colors. That's what happened. That's why I got confused.
My favorite kind of scenarios. I really like missions where you need to take off at a certain hour, wait for maybe a few package, and just like at this time you gotta strike simultaneously, everything at once, like surprise, and then go either RTB or just a new strike package with a new hour of strike. I think that shows how much coordination can actually change a battle, and how much surprise you can stuff into a hair war. That's difficult to say, but yeah. But also enjoy BVR fights. I really like BVR fights. It's less showy than dogfights, obviously, but I mean there is like a whole expertise about it. There is more know-how, I think, about it. I mean, it takes more thinking in the BVR fight, while dogfight is more about instincts and quick reactions. And I'm more of the calm type of calm person, so yeah, I think BVR always sweeten me more, and I always enjoy some of this kind. Actually, did some few ops with nuts where we need to. I mean, we had to push at a certain hour, but we had a few incidents where some didn't really listen and just pushed on before the hour. So we had to push. Everyone had to push on the target at this, in a hurry. I still remember that the Caucasus mission where we had like maybe 50 nautical miles full afterburner trying to reach the target because the one that was going to be the one that was striking a power plant, so they disabled the electrical power for the whole city, so that the SAM site will be down. Like they just struck the electrical plant like 10-20 minutes earlier, and it was like whole chaos, which isn't part of the plan, but we still did it anyways, and we succeeded anyways.
Oh geez.
Operation Clockwork, I think it was.
That sounds like work with clocks.
Yeah.
Oh. It seems some pilots are traumatized by those events.
Yeah, you can tell by the chat reaction. Next up, what kind of upcoming flight sim updates are you looking forward to, other than the F4?
Yeah, no related news to the F4 also. No, for me it's gonna be either the Super Saber or the A7. To be honest, I think the A7 seems to be closer than the Super Saber. But yeah, I truly think the Cold War experience is only getting better on DCS. I'm also waiting for a Mirage simulation on BMS. That's gonna be quite far away because we're waiting. There is a waiting queue for the 15, 18, and then probably maybe a Mirage. But that's like maybe 2 to 3 years of wait for Falcon BMS. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Sounds like their development speed is picking up a bit, so hopefully it won't be too long.
Yes. I have another question. Do you think the F4 will be after it comes out, will be like everybody in nuts tries to fly that airplane all on the same mission?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Probably. Then it will depend on which state the aircraft comes out. If it's either bugged or has bad performance, I think some people are going to skip it for a few months. I'm expecting that kind of behavior, which is normal. I will have done. I'm probably going to do the same. If like you get inside the cockpit, you get 2 FPS. That's gonna be horrible. That's not enjoyable at all. But yeah. I'm expecting a full wing of phantoms. Somehow the nut switch is kind of how to say. I forgot the word. Like we have so much aircrafts flying at the same time. It's all really spread out. It's like for once it's gonna be all phantoms, pretty much.
Yeah.
It'll be perfect
and I'm
for
ready.
the Castanovas.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I've got ideas. I've got plans. But yeah, I'm ready for that everyone jumps into that Nuts becomes a F4 squadron.
I know when the F4 comes out, I'm going to be flying it, even when it's going to be a terrible mission option.
I mean, sadly, you cannot do a perfect mission. It's not possible. There is always things to improve, and even if the mission is correct and doable or playable, someone is gonna have a bad time, and some people are gonna have a good time. So yeah.
I don't care. It's a bomb truck at the least, or the Wild Weasel a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a moment I cannot wait. Well, I don't have inside information, but I'm still hoping for a end of the month release. But that is like I'm sniffing opium for that, and I truly know that it's not gonna come out end of the month. But
it's coming in 2.9.
Yeah, 2.9. Yeah, you're gonna get a dual cells with the Kiowa and the Phantom.
Yep. Internet, you say that's a terrible idea? I think that's a good idea. It'll be a blast one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm still not sure why the SigTax organizers didn't do a Cold War edition.
I think they said it's being planned.
Yeah, maybe they are waiting for a few more options to release, I would say. But yeah, yeah.
All right, next question. What is an insult you've received that you're proud of?
Yeah, that's a hard one. I received quite a few times. You're the fakest French I've ever seen, which is kind of true.
Sound very fake.
But yeah, that's pretty much about it. Yeah, no,
that's a pretty good one. Like, to be proud of, at least. I don't think it's a very strong insult. You don't sound very fake at all. Unless they mean you're not very French by being an enjoyable, pleasant person, which I think that's just an awful stereotype. All the French people I've run into are pretty nice and cool.
Like, yeah, no, it's the thing. For those who know me, they know that I'm not French, and for those who don't know me, and yeah, I mean, I don't act like the stereotypical French, I guess.
Yeah.
So they're both right of it.
Yeah, like you're nifty. You're a cool dude. Like you are a professional, cool guy. Like
I think I've been dipped too much into that American culture by being on the internet. That will be my the thing that happened to me, which doesn't really happen with the French because we have like some horrible English levels.
But like, still much rather be French than British, though. Like,
yeah,
at least in my opinion. Like, at least not that.
I won't comment, but yeah, but I wouldn't like to be British, to be honest. But yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible. Like, why would? I mean, you have to like wake up in the morning, right? You get out of bed and then you look outside, and you're just in England, and it's like pouring rain. It's gloomy and miserable. Everything just appears sad outside. Who would want to live through that? Like, I'm glad I'm from America because I don't have to live through that. I live in Florida. I can
Yeah.
just be, oh, it's warm and it's beautiful outside. There's a little bit of crime, but not as much as in England. And I won't get stabbed. And if I get shot, it'll be a quick death as opposed to being stabbed. So it's
But
nice.
don't stop though.
Yeah, and it's like, and I get to not be British. Nobody can call me British as an insult.
I lived in Britain for a month. Never again.
Yeah.
And the worst thing was not even the what you mentioned, is the low pressure of the showers. Like the showers are so low pressure, it's awful. Which also can understand now the bad hygiene of the British.
Like yeah. Ugh.
Hmm.
I think we do have some audience questions though. One of them comes from Spaceman.
Oh yes,
Questions
the
for
space man
Eaaxon.
question.
What was your favorite Nuts mission and why was it last night's? I don't think last night counts, but
I don't think.
Go on.
Yeah, but. Oh yeah, last night was a Nush mission, to be exact. But then again, yeah. Oh, my favorite. Oof. I like when we struggle. But I wouldn't have a clear favorite, to be honest. There is not a lot of. I think the first mission of Persian skirmish where we had to fly in straight north to strike a village between the mountains while flying low was kind of a struggle because the coordination was not there. The radio comms also was not there, and we still managed to do the mission. So it was kind of a struggle. Also, yeah, Persian skirmish 7 with the landing zone on the Altlar also was a funny one. So funny that it has been done 3 times now. Once with not 2 times. Sorry, 2 times. One with nuts and the other one with Eaaxon, which is my French my DCS squadron. And yeah, it was a fun one. Also, yeah, but yeah, my favorite CVW up was yesterday. So that's for sure. If you wanna keep answering the question.
yeah. Do we have any other audience questions? Please have more audience questions. We need a pad out time. We're not even at 2 hours yet. Please. Audience, come on.
Yeah, it's morning.
Okay.
You
We don't have a set run time.
What am I most successful and what is it called? Why is it called? Because it's a whole change of scenario. It's not sand for once. And yeah, the thing is that it's so close to the actual Russian border that it's kind of, yeah, that's a change, because most of the mission settings, it's either Russia giving weapons to the locals, or straight up just like, yeah, there is a Russian base there, but it's not Russian territory. So it's kind of, yeah, we are like poking inside of the bear hut. So yeah, that's those kind of scenarios that could turn really ugly in the worst possible way, which is no one wants, which is nuclear war. But then again, we are like, it's edging, it's nuclear edging, if I can call it like that. But yeah.
I mean, DCS like exists in a parallel universe where there are no nukes.
That's yeah.
No, there's one nuke.
Oh yeah.
No, there's
only
none.
can be strapped to a MiG-21.
Yeah.
No. There was only one nuke. No, and it was dropped on Krasnodar. What do you mean?
Yeah.
There's no
Oh
other
yeah,
nukes.
true.
Yeah, and it blew up my plane.
But you survived, and here you are today.
With
Yeah.
horrible radiation burns.
Hi, I got nuked. Ask me. Oh no, you still look very pretty despite your radiation burns. It looks like they all healed up. Okay.
I use a lot of makeup.
You
Mm.
don't have to say that. I'm just trying to feed you compliments, husband. Just take them.
No.
Yes.
You know, it's our wife that did it. Remember?
No, that's true. but-
She did this to me.
Yeah.
Ah.
She. No. I'll tell that story after the stream. But yeah.
God.
Night
God.
Night Assassin asks, how do you put up with Knight's bullshit?
I just nod until he shut up. But then from time to time it doesn't work. So I'll just tell, yes, Knight, yes, you can do that. Yes, go ahead. You have my full support. Go ahead, champ. You can do it. And he does. And somehow succeeds. Because fuck it, we ball.
Yeah. Ball? Where?
No, oh shit, I did say ball. Shit. My bad. No,
Where ball?
no, like testicles.
Oh.
Oh fuck! Why did they say testicles? No, Joe wants to lick them.
No, no. Only
I got
Mika's.
you. Oh, all right.
I what?
Nothing.
Well, moving on. Tank Bearclaw asks, what is the worst plane you've flown?
The worst plane I've flown. Ooh, I dislike the Hornet because it's underpowered. For me, my aircraft must be light and or powerful. So the Hornet straight up didn't like it. I think it's sluggish. The acceleration is nowhere where I want it. And then flight characteristics. Oof. I didn't like the area flight. Also the A10, but the A10 is just slow. But then the area just takes all because it's a weird airframe, and the positioning of the exhaust makes it kind of unsettling to fly, because it's like it's in between a jet and an helicopter, which it's weird. It's really weird because I pick one. Don't go in between.
Yeah. One of the
Uh,
aircraft of all time.
But the Harrier's
yeah.
so fun.
Is
the
it?
area is fun, but also my issue with the area was the cockpit, which is like really cramped, where you need to like bring down your head to just see the nozzle, the panel for the nozzles, which is awful, and it's so cramped and not that really intuitive.
It's a shitbox for sure, but it's a fun shitbox.
Again, I don't think it's a shitbox. I think it's years of development that piled on a whole airframe, and maybe now it cannot hold much more, and you can feel it. It's like a cake. It's like a cake you just baked. Then you decide not to heat it, and you just put some glazing over each week. So you put some new glazing over it, so to keep it fresh. But deep inside, it's still the same mold. It's moldy. That goes also for the F-16, by the way. Just say.
I think the F-16 aged pretty well.
It aged pretty well because he had a few more. It had they thought about it. They thought that if it is the airframe of the future, it must have like something for the future. So they straight up just
left space to upgrade it.
less space. Yeah, that's right. That's the word.
They left space to upgrade it, but also when they upgraded it, they didn't just like. When they did the CCIP and like the later versions, they didn't just add MFDs. They stripped out a whole bunch of crap from the cockpit and relayed it out.
Yeah. I mean, with a few defaults also. It never has been perfect. The MLU upgrades were not also the perfect way to do them, but it was the most efficient way.
So Joe the Burrow asks, "Are you willing to moderate for a DCS streamer that's not a VTuber?"
I mean, it's not about VTubers. It's just that somehow I've met only VTubers so far. No, not only so far, because that's kind of a lie. But yeah, it's just that I really don't accept to moderate for anyone anymore because I have enough work to do, I guess, with what I have.
Yeah.
But it's not about VTubers. It's more about how much time I spent in chat at this point. And yeah, I mean, there is some streamers I watch, but I don't never interact with because either I feel like I'm probably going to say something that they probably won't like, not in the vibe probably. Like an example was Sarge. Sarge, I remember the day where every day was streaming on August, and I would tune into his stream. But the thing is that I was not in the vibe of the stream and will never interact. So yeah, I've watched Sarge for years, but never interacted until like recently.
Yeah,
because of mutuals, to be honest.
Yeah, because he's always in Sharpwood's Discord, and we're always there. And I think he was Nuts guest at one point, wasn't he, for GCI?
Yeah, he did one mission with us. I mean, he still has the Nuts role.
Gotcha.
Even if he does.
Yeah, that's tough for him with how his work works.
Yeah, it's just that I do think with VTubers they have like a bigger open mind, so it's easier to interact with them than regular Twitch streamers. Not that I don't like the content, but just like it's who I am and how I interact with people. That's pretty much
stunt on those flesh tuber hoes.
Yeah, you flesh tubers.
We are the superior. We are the superior pixel form.
I mean, it's a different vibe. I won't say superior.
We have to have some sort of code for spending the money on the model. This is how we do it.
Yeah, I mean, some do spend quite a few money to get a DSLR camera and just hook it up to their PC. So same stuff.
Yeah, I don't even need to have like they never know the cleanliness state of my room. It's clean right now, but it's they don't. Nobody has to know. If it wasn't,
it's also nice. It's also nice for shows like this where I can just roll out of bed and my hair is a mess and I'm unshaven, and nobody can tell.
Exactly. It's like nobody knows. Everything looks perfectly well, organized here, but maybe it's not on the flesh side.
And it's either that or just you playing the role of something, like Fuamoko. They're like deep into that role play of being dogs.
Yeah. I don't take it to that quite extreme. I make a few jokes, but they take it to a whole new level.
Yeah. There is like some deep role play into it, which some VTuber likes.
I am very much more people than dog.
Yeah, it's two sides of VTubing that it is practical for a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's nice and easy. I've had that discussion with many other people. It's like, I don't really need to like get ready. I just roll up, turn on that tracking camera. They just turn on that tracking phone, and off they go.
Yeah, it's that easy.
Yep.
I wish it was that easy.
If you think about it, probably in the future, let's say just streams with no cam that were the norm before are going to just be the norm. Is going to be like PNG tubing, I guess. That's just the cheapest way and the easiest way to get a bit more personal experience with the streamer and interacting. Yeah. So for me, the no stream cams like we had before, it's starting to fade.
Yeah, and eventually, I think that's where it's gonna go. And that's all right. I have this as a temporary fixture until I can go to Jover in 2D, which not exactly soon, but soon TM-ish, vaguely. It'll get done when it gets done, but we are hopefully starting on the project within the next month or two, which will be really cool.
Oh yeah, there is no need to rush it. Those kind of procedures take time. You need to build
Oh,
up
of course.
something.
Yeah.
You need to build something that you cannot do appear out of nowhere. It's kind of strange, you know, when there is like a VTuber that appears out of nowhere. It's sus. You
Yeah.
need to build up. You need to have a start. You need to have a glow up. You need to have moments. There needs to be hardship. Yeah, there needs to be
Well, for me,
struggles.
it's always
It's
Yeah, it's like for me, it's not a professional thing. It's just I do this for fun. I don't really care where I wind up.
Oh.
Like it's
for some also it's like that.
yeah, it's like so. I'm happy, you know, when the model's done, we'll maybe debut that with a few other assets. You know, whenever that happens, it's probably not going to be very soon. Probably it'll be a while before it's completed, but I'm excited because I think Jover VT in 2D is going to be pretty damn cool. From what I have pieced together, I'll share some details off stream, but yeah.
We will all look forward to it.
Oh, and
Yes.
I'll have tits, so you guys can throw stuff at me,
Yeah, finally.
and I can play the same game that Mika does with catching emotes.
Oh yeah.
The Vita starter pack tits.
Yep. Sorry. Yeah, a Twitch integrated throwing system, not boobs. I always maintain that being a male means that I can't get whacked by Twitch TOS for that. So that is actually the one buff that male VTubers get.
I mean, you can also get badonkas.
Yeah, but I don't. That's what keeps me a step ahead of Twitch TOS.
I mean, it's alright. Teach won't see you.
That's fine. You know, I'm okay with being dog dude. It's all right. That's how I feel. It's more fun because I get to do dude stuff and dog stuff, like like chasing tennis balls. That's something I do.
And barking at the mailman.
Yeah, well, I don't bark at the mailman. I directly
Don't
threaten.
get him started on the mailman. Don't get him started on the mailman. We'll be here for hours.
Yeah.
Oh no, there is a patch note of the mailman. Oh my god.
Well, whatever airplane got that mailman, I'm never flying it again
Oh,
until they take the
oh
mailman.
nice. Oh, that's a really nice and good answer.
Oh, mailman. Mailman, no.
Mm-hmm.
Mailman, bad. Hate that. This is fucking strolling up to my house, threatening my humans. And then just leaving. You know, at least, you know, it'd be one thing if he accepted the fight. But no. No, he always backs out. Every time after dropping off this stupid box. And it doesn't smell like the house. And it just... Oh, those bastards. I hate the mailman. I wish they would just stop existing. You know, the Amazon guy is fine. But the mailman, for hundreds of years, he has antagonized dogs and has gotten away with it. And it needs to stop. We need to fight back. The mailman needs to go away. And, you know, I'm totally biased towards Amazon because they own Twitch. But I hate the mailman so much. The Amazon guy is fine. The Amazon guy brings things that I'm expecting. Comes by at a reliable time. I know when he's coming. Or it's the Amazon guy's extremely late. And I still know he's going to be late. But he shows up at a predictable time. And I know and he doesn't do anything suspicious. He's friendly. He puts the box on top of the fence. I take the box and I bring it to the humans. But the mailman, that bastard, he puts it in a mailbox. He doesn't even give it to us. He doesn't give us the mail that he's supposed to deliver. I hate him. I hate the mailman. Mailman. Ah. Mika, wake up, buddy. Husband.
All right. Well, since we are out of audience questions, and clearly everyone is going to remember Joe for his rabid hate of the mailman, Eaaxon, what are some... if you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
Someone that made content for the others, I guess. And not being an asshole.
You're not an asshole, that is true. Unlike the mailman.
Oh no. Don't get me started again. No, we'll be here forever.
I didn't start it.
No, that one was my fault. But Just remember, if you work for the United States Postal Service, I am watching. It's on site. If the humans let me out of the fence.
Mm-hmm. All right. Eaaxon, do you have any announcements before we wrap up the stream?
Not really. Just doing my stuff monthly. Nut's first birthday is coming in April. I'm gonna say it right now. We'll probably, well, not so probably. We are going to replay the worst defeat Nuts had. Not gonna spoil it which one, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That is pretty much all.
Redemption arc time.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Should I be scared?
Yeah, and then
A little bit.
then we will see. We'll see what in 1 year we have achieved.
Yeah.
As a group.
I think I know which L this is, but if so, it'll be very interesting to see.
Yeah. So tune in to the streamers that are related to Nuts and will be participating because that will be a blast again.
Yeah. Who do we visit? We got
The Shark, I think, is the big one.
Svo's up as well. Haruna's up. I like all three of those, so
we'll throw at the Shark. So
yeah.
we
Correct.
we gotta be able to get her. We gotta ask her to let us out of the basement.
That's true. Wait, I'm not in the basement. She puts you
You're
in the
not?
basement?
Yeah.
No, I never am in the basement.
Huh. It's not
I'll
fair
just put
playing
that out.
favorites like that.
Yeah, that's true. You should remind her. No, I won't. Never mind. No, we won't tell the chat to do that. That's misbehavior. But here, have one of these. This is a cool raid message for you guys that are cool and have 2 subscriptions.
I think
You should
mean-
have 2 subscriptions. Look at all those dogs.
Yeah.
2 dogs.
I think you mean this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hold on. It needs more dog. Give me a second here.
Okay.
The rebrand.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get some more dogs. Oh, Twitch. Why are you like this? Okay. Control C. Left. Control V. There we go. V. Freaking.
You gotta hurry up. You're now racing against the raid timer.
I'll beat it.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, see, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. There we go. Rain dogs upon Mika.
All right. I will be back probably Monday, possibly this evening. Depends on how busy things are. I want to do some more Expeditions Mudrunner and some Harrier stuff. There's way too much that I want to do right now. But I'll see you all around. Thank you all for watching, and thank you again, Eaaxon and Joe, for popping on the stream.
Yep. Thank you for beaming
Thanks
in
for
all the
having
way
me.
from Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight from Japan.
Oh, actually,
From
do you have
Cover
any,
HQ.
will you be doing HoloFest by any chance, whatever the thing is?
Hell yeah.
Oh, all right. That's exciting. Be sure to check out. See you there.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Like 2.9.
Yep. Kaiwa 2.9.
We gotta cut to ending
It's still
stream.
2.9.
Bye.